Good evening, everyone. This is Bill Breeden. Welcome to Constellation Tour number 4. Tonight we're going to go over the constellation Cepheus the King. Cepheus the King is in the northern sky, and I have my Stellarium planetarium software set for June 28th at about 10:30 p.m. So we're looking due north with a naked eye field of view of 60 degrees. And Cepheus the King, let's turn on our constellations. And you can see that Cepheus the King tonight is located to the right of the North Star in the 3 o'clock position. So he's sort of opposite from the Big Dipper in the northern sky. So if you just keep in mind the brighter constellations that turn counterclockwise around the North Star, you've got the Big Dipper, you've got Cassiopeia, Cepheus, Draco. Those are the brighter ones that you can see from the suburbs. And Cepheus the King is over here in about the 3 o'clock position. And what you want to look for is what looks like an asterism that's shaped like a house with a really steep roof. That would be Cepheus the King. Here are the classical drawings for these characters, and it's interesting that Cepheus, it almost looks like he's depicted the wrong way. I would have almost thought his head would be up here, but it's the other way around. So apparently there are more stars that compromise Cepheus the King. So you can see how he's situated in the northern sky in late June. And as the seasons progress, he will rotate counterclockwise. In 3 months, he'll be where Draco is. And 6 months, he'll be where Ursa Major is. So these constellations are circumpolar, so they are always above the horizon from mid-northern latitudes. Okay, so how do we find Cepheus from a typical suburban sky? Well, in late June, you want to face north and find the Big Dipper. And from the Big Dipper, you can draw a line from these 2 stars here in the bowl, extend that in the same direction, and you come to the North Star. Cepheus is going to be just opposite of that. It's going to be this house-shaped asterism of 5 stars. Another way to find Cepheus is to look for Cassiopeia, the W-shaped constellation, and Draco the Dragon, which always loops between the 2 dippers. So you've got Draco's tail here. Let's turn the lines on. You got Draco's tail here between the dippers, and then you loop back around here to Draco's head. Cepheus is always between Cassiopeia and Draco. So if you face north, you find the 2 dippers, you know Draco's tail's between the 2, and you can find the W shape of Cassiopeia, you know that Cepheus is right here, between Draco and Cassiopeia. Now, Cepheus doesn't have any really bright stars that catch your eye, but there are some double stars. So we will start with Beta Cephei. So let's find that one. And let's have a look at that through the finder. Let's see if it shows up as a double star here. Okay, through the finder scope, it doesn't exactly seem to split. So let's look through an eyepiece. Doesn't seem to split there either. So this one must be a really tight double star. Okay, let's return to a naked eye field of view. And let's look for another star listed here, Delta Cephei. That's listed as a double star and a variable star. So let's take a look at it. Let's see. Let's take a look at the constellation boundaries. Show you how large of a constellation Cepheus is. So I've turned on the boundaries here. The Delta Cephei here is highlighted. The Cepheus here, the constellation includes all of the area inside this red line. So even though you've got the house-shaped asterism here, Cepheus actually extends all the way to and a little bit beyond the North Celestial Pole here. So there are probably some deep sky objects up in some other areas of the constellation. Okay, let's have a look back at Delta. And there's the view through a typical pair of binoculars. It's really a nice view. There's a lot of stars here. So let's have a look through an eyepiece. And you can see that it is splitting here. Let's get a little bit more power on it besides what we have our eyepiece set at. Oh, that was it right there. There you go. You don't have to get that far in. So this one should be pretty splittable. Okay, I have one more object of interest in Cepheus, or Cepheus, however you pronounce it. It's Mu Cephei, otherwise known as the Garnet Star. Now, the software lists Mu Cephei as a pulsating variable star and a double star with a magnitude of 4.2. It's 5,900 light years from Earth, so that's a pretty impressive distance. So let's have a look at it through the finder. And at this magnification, it really does look it has a striking red appearance. Let's have a look at it through an eyepiece. And you can see it's a really, really pretty red star. Okay, let's have one more look at Cepheus here from a dark site. Let's make it dark. And you see now it's a little harder to find. Here's let's see if we can find the North Star. Let's go back and look due north here. And here's the North Star. Here's the Little Dipper. Here's the Big Dipper here. So just opposite of those, you should see the outline here of Cepheus. So that's its appearance from a dark site. And let's have a look at Delta again, the Garnet Star. Let's see if I can find it. Is it this one here? It should have a really red appearance. Maybe this is it. Yeah, there we go. That's it. So look at that rich field from a dark location. You may even see this nebulosity here from a darker location. That would be spectacular. Let's look through an eyepiece. There you go. There's a view of the Garnet Star from a dark location through an eyepiece. Okay, folks, that's my presentation on Cepheus the King, and this is your view from a dark site. Good night and good seeing.